Hi, this is Dana, and on this channel I speak about spiritual warfare. In this video, God has guided me to talk about a specific topic, namely executions. As I explained already, and I think we are all aware, at least my audience, there exists a lot of organizations of different kinds, convents, of satanic rituals. Some of them they worship different other deities, not Satan. So they're not satanic, but they also practice occult practices and so on. But they just use different forces. But there are also other type of organizations which practice spirituality in different forms. Many of them practice religious spirituality, and I also explained there's a wide spread of mercenaries who literally made a business out of creating bondages on people, gang stalking people. They come together in different groups and literally they offer services to these organizations which make judgments on individuals, secret judgments which are not brought to the attention of the individual. Most of the times they start the judgment from the decision to condemn somebody, and they build up a case from a decision already made. Very seldom or maybe never investigation is done to find out the truth if that individual is guilty. They use widely these declarations where anybody that hates you or wants to steal something from you comes, makes a declaration against you, and nobody checks if it's true. That individual is being rewarded in different ways in material gains. Literally, these are mercenaries, right? Basically, it's literally like a mafia sort of profile for all of this craziness. Now, individuals are being executed. I said before, many times, if anyone would spend the time to look on different files, on different claims and different declarations made against certain individuals, they will see that within the same convent, they were made declarations which go head to head about the same individual. One of them, even a judgment and punishment from the same convent would generate an outcome on that individual, which then they go to punish. Like I gave examples about creating attachments on money and then judging that individual that is irresponsible with money, and hence the convent or somebody from the convent assumes the right to sort of keep the money of that individual, which is a lie. In fact, they steal those money and they never give those money back to that individual. They never have any proof, first of all, that that individual is irresponsible with money. They have no legitimacy to judge what that individual does with his money. Most of the times, they already made spirit attachments on that individual in order to spend those money. So literally, there are many situations in which if anyone would have good faith and would go into researching what different convents have made, and many times even the same convent, they will see that everything is actually purposely created against individual, and literally is persecution, it's stealing from them, is destroying them, and so on. Now, the problem is about execution. This is the background information for whoever didn't watch previous videos. Now, for the topic of this video, executions are carried out. Now, already somebody is unhappy. Execution meaning killing, to be very precise in what I refer to. The topic of today is about killing people because much of it is happening. Yeah, and individuals actually die. They seem to die from a natural cause or an accident, but the disease is inflicted through these judgments and through the attacks they carry on as so-called punishments. And there are many situations like this. God has shown throughout time to me two situations come to mind very clearly to me as situations in which they carry out executions. One is if somebody who knows about their secrets decides to leave the convent or the organization or something. So they take this very seriously. They, as I understand, they also make all sorts of, I don't know how to call them. They make swear-in ceremonies in which that individual swears to them loyalty, faith, whatever, all sorts of things. The fact of the matter is that they kill him if he leaves, period. If that individual discovers or refuses to do things or discovers within the practice of that convent that they are doing something illegal or something that goes against his principles and he wants to leave, literally they kill that individual. And the other circumstance is if you do spiritual fighting and you are on the verge of taking back what they stole from you, because this basically delivers karma to them. They stand to be punished. If you take back what they stole from you, then the whole truth gets revealed about what they do. It's not only about the money, but it's also about them being very careful to preserve the secret of what is being done. If you, there's also another variant of this type of situation where you do spiritual fighting and elevation and you upgrade and you stand to receive a ranking which is above them. And hence, through that ranking, you would have more rights, but you also would have more information. Because with higher ranking, you get access to knowledge. You get more support from the divine realm. You get more, your ancestors, your team of spiritual guides is extending. You gain more abilities, more gifts, more information about what is going on. So you stand to find out, and you have the power, and not only the power, but also the credentials to claim punishment on them. And you become dangerous to them, basically. You become dangerous, yeah? So these are the two circumstances in which they literally kill people. They have a very wide variety of occult practices which they employ for this purpose. And I will not get into that right now because it will be too long. And if God guides me to talk specifically about how they carry on these things, then I would probably want a little bit of time to prepare so I can go through my notes or just to remember and make a few notes in order to have a comprehensive description. But the fact of the matter is that I have seen this happening. God has shown this to me about ancestors of mine who were killed because they elevated too much and they were not conforming to the principles and criminal principles of the convents and so on. And they were fighting for their rights. They were helping others to fight. So God has shown this to me, but I also experienced personally in my life such situations when death attacks were carried out against me. So I speak also from my personal experience. This is why actually I know that this is serious. And they have, as I said, many ways in which they carry out this. There's already something that I mentioned in other videos, namely that there are forces which feed from death. God has shown to me that when somebody dies, there's the agony of the soul. I explained this in some videos already. When certain forces, spirits are sent to that individual to torture him, and then they inflict soul level pain on that individual through different means. And at some point, God decides to take the soul. If there is no chance for that individual to escape, God decides to take the soul of the individual, but the soul of that soul, before it's taken by God, goes through the agony of the soul. That's the time in which God is still hoping that some sort of help will come and the individual will escape. They feed from that type of energy because during this torture,